Well, I thought today I would talk to you about this all one business. You see all one on all of our packaging. You won't see a single product without those words on it. And it's actually on the title page of all our PowerPoint presentations. So it's what Dr. Bronner, our founder, proclaimed again and again in his writings and also in countless hours of the recordings about his moral philosophy, the moral ABC. And it's at the foundation of our business principles, which we call the cosmic principles. And they guide us in everything we do as a business. But what does all one really mean? Well, this concept seems simple enough. This is what Earth looks like from space. And from here, you can't really see borders or divisions. And it's almost possible to take it for granted that, yeah, we're all one. But it's not as simple as that. Let's dig deeper and not look at the Earth as an object in space, but think about that time-lapse video that you saw last night. Think about this as a simple snapshot of a great chain of events, a great creative chain of events, from the interstellar to the molecular, from the cellular to the evolutionary, and from the historic to the not yet determined future. And it's not a image that comes to mind or a perspective that comes to mind very often, unless you're at a conference like this or we hear news of some major disaster like the Deep Horizon spill or the recent fires and the storms and the spate of shootings. Then we ask the questions, why did this happen? How did we get here, and how do we move forward? And these are the questions that Dr. Bronner obsessed on after he witnessed the destruction and the trauma of World War II. His parents died in the Holocaust. They were murdered by the Nazis. He watched entire cities being blown to bits in a matter of minutes or even seconds. And these are the same questions that led him to develop this moral philosophy that you see on our labels called Moral ABC, the all-one philosophy. What he realized was that human advancement in technology and industry will not save our world. They're just amplifiers. They amplify all our actions and decisions and words, and they may just as well amplify the worst of ourselves. So, yeah, it's true that industry, machines allow us to make more things, make them bigger, faster, and better. The transportation network allows us to go further and faster to anywhere we like. And the information network can carry our ideas and share them with many, many more people. And the more linked we are, the more people, goods, and ideas are linked through this globalized network, the more powerfully our collective impact can be felt by others and the environment. So then, isn't it ironic that with all the advancement in technology that's supposed to bring us closer together, to connect us, that more and more people end up feeling alienated or isolated or disconnected? We're disconnected from our neighbors, from our leaders, and the land. There's a recent study that said the percentage of people who feel chronically lonely went up from 20% in the 1970s to 40 to 45% in 2016. Only 20% of Americans actually trust their leaders to do anything right. And if you think that's low, the worldwide median is only 14%. So only 14% of the people have any trust in their government institutions. So we kind of feel like, this disconnected from our internet. We're alone rather than all one. So here comes what all one really means, and that is to be truly connected means to take responsibility for the chain of events. It means to see yourselves not as just effects, but as a cause. So Dr. Bronner didn't envision this all-one philosophy as a feel-good, fuzzy anodyne. He envisioned it as a call to ethical action. The more globalized and the more amplified that our lives are, the more important it is to act responsibility, to act ethically. And, the call for moral choice or ethical action it's nothing new. Many great thinkers in history have done it. But today, it is more important than ever. So, I wish we could see the graphics, because it's a pretty one. How do we answer this call of ethical action, this call to truly connect, the call of all one as a business? Well, if you can see the graphics, there are a nice chain of events that are our business principles. That's how we are linked to the world and how we can take responsibility as business. So we start with ourselves. There's 6 of them. One is ourselves. We take responsibility for our own learning and our growth. We constantly improve, broaden our knowledge, our skills. And when we do that, we are connected to our own gifts and our purpose, whether we're soap makers or philosophers. And then to our customers, we take responsibility for their experiences. We take the responsibility for the impact that our products have on their health and their well-being. And we take responsibility for what we do when we make the products, but also what happens to it after they're used up. So we are connected to our customers through the care that we put into making our products. And then the third one is our employees. We take responsibility for their livelihoods, for their well-being and the well-being of their families. We share our talents together with one another, and so we share our profits. We help each other be our best selves, and in that way, we are connected like a family. The fourth one is suppliers. We take responsibility for ensuring that all lives are made better through trade. So we make sure that even the most vulnerable producers can have access and can reap the benefits of a free market. We make sure that their labor and their ingenuity is rewarded and respected. And so we are connected to them, even though they speak many different languages and come from different cultures around the world, through that mutual respect. And then Earth, our fifth principle. We take responsibility for what we take from it and also what we return to it. We take responsibility for protecting our common home, our habitat, whether it's the microorganisms in the soil or the orangutans in the jungle. We are connected to all the cycles of life-giving elements and processes. And then finally, our sixth principle, the community. We take responsibility for the kind of society that we co-create. We speak out against injustice, against irresponsibility towards people and the environment. We try to amplify the voices of those speaking truth to power. And so we are connected to the joys and the sufferings of our fellow human beings. So As a business, that is our chain of events. And that is how we connect with the world. We don't take responsibility because we feel this prior connection to others. We are connected. We become connected when we take responsibility for the impact that we have on them. So I want you to think about, what is your chain reaction? What's your chain of events? And all the ways that you can take responsibility and to truly connect. I think we can do this. Let's go out there and make some real connections and heal the world. And let us be all one. So, thank you.